It's great having you at the Signify Lounge today. Welcome to the Fireside Chat.
Apeksha, thank you. It's lovely to be here. And I also appreciate the invitation from Michael from the Cygnify team to contribute to this conversation.
Yeah, we're excited to have you. Sue Yen, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit and what brings you to GITEX?
Well, my name is Sue Yen, and I have been following GITEX since the exhibition has been focusing on some of the latest and greatest innovative trends. When I discovered that GITEX would be exhibiting in Singapore, I told myself, wow, I really had to be here. Now, I've also met the GITEX team members, and they represent people who've actually already been, the team are based in Singapore. And I feel that that's quite an important perspective to have when you can combine the knowledge of what's important, what makes Singapore and our region tick, and to be able to combine that and bring an exhibition that really does gather people. So one of the greatest things that I've noticed is here's where people really meet. And I personally have had a lot of great catch-ups, not only with new people, but also people that I not only interact with, but also perhaps haven't even seen in a while. So it's a great place to bring people together.
Oh, absolutely. Great place to network, share ideas, meet new people like you mentioned as well. That's amazing. So I wanted to ask you a few questions. What do you think is the biggest tech trend that companies are underestimating right now?
So I have looked at this from multiple lens. As an individual, I have experienced one of the biggest shifts in my career. So since last year, without really planning, I found myself now in a capacity, in a role, to be able to influence AI security. And this happened in a relatively short span of time, within a few months in my own career reinvention. I have now stepped into AI security. Now, why does this matter in relation to your question? I come from a risk management background. I moved into cybersecurity, and before you know it, or I knew it, I found myself in AI security. Now, I've been in risk management and cybersecurity much longer, and cybersecurity only recently. And to me, this also reflects the trend that you're speaking about.
Yeah.
So even organizations, as much as everyone accepts that we cannot ignore AI, the pace of this taking shape, individuals, all of us are already embracing this because we have to. And now organizations need to identify that this is a trend that needs to be seized upon with the right use cases, the right security, safety measures in place, so that they can really tap into this potential right now. Not tomorrow, but right now.
It's important to keep abreast with the current trends, right? Otherwise, you'll be left behind in the race.
And I think the clarity that I have from speaking with people at GITEX also is it's not really only a trend, but it is really a reality that's happening right now. So many people with knowledge, experience coming together to ensure that, we are bringing and creating value, not just capturing a trend or a hype.
Yeah, that makes sense. Speaking about, you touched upon AI and security, I was curious to understand what are the key skills one needs to break into these industries, and especially because you spoke about having switched to different pathways. I'm interested to know what you think the key skills are.
This is an area that is gaining so much attention, and anyone who doesn't pay attention to this as people in the workforce, I really encourage to, have that curiosity. So when we think about skills, there are a few categories of skills that make all of these come together. So think about them as hard skills, soft skills, and skills that actually connect all of these to bring the outcomes, business outcomes. Now, hard skills, even where I am in AI security, we really look for people who can contribute to research. So think about AI research, attack techniques, ML engineers. These are quite hard skills with people who are really interested in getting into the nuts and bolts, keeping abreast of all the latest techniques. Now, next to that, we also need people who can understand the outcomes we want to help clients, our enterprise clients, achieve. And these need an understanding of how things work. So think about this as if I'm working with cybersecurity teams to address how can I ensure that the AI apps that you're adopting in enterprises are going to be secure, then I need to understand your perspective. I need to help you bridge that gap to understand how we help with technology. And so people who may not have had AI in their experience set, for instance, actually still bring a lot of value to roles because they have domain understanding. They understand the industry. And now they need to be the connectors to bring these technical skills, experts, in fact, and the clients together, connect them, and achieve business outcomes. So what I will also share why I have found myself in this rather unimaginable career path. I never imagined, that I would step into this role, even a year or two ago, is some of these roles may not even exist at that time. And to be able to have that ability to not chase a role, but chase the interest, the curiosity, and to ensure that you always solve business problems is where I believe individuals can really upskill and bring these skills to bear for businesses.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, right? With the rate at which technology is evolving today, it's important to also keep your interests and align them with the latest technology so that you can, grow in that space. It was inspiring to hear your journey and how you've also managed to pivot at multiple points in time. Very inspired. Lastly, I also wanted to know, what do you think about Cygnify's new talent acquisition as a service?
Thanks for asking that question. I must say that, this is also quite personal for me, partly because I know Michael, one of the co-founders of Cygnify, and I think our journeys have also a little bit intertwined in the sense that he and I come from risk management background, and we've also pivoted, in terms of moving towards technology, but always having the people, risk, processes, business outcome mindset and experience behind us. So when someone like, Michael, for instance, thinks about building talent, I see him incorporating all of these elements into, again, helping enterprises solve business problems. Not always requiring this is how it's been done approach, but saying, let me think of a way, whatever that's changed. So let's tie back to your first question, what kind of change, technological change, are companies underestimating? And AI being one of them. But it requires so much thinking on your feet, so much agility, so much kind of restructuring, rewiring how you think about talent, how you need talent to come together to solve business problems. And therefore, the talent acquisition model needs to evolve really quickly to serve that, which is why I think Cygnify, I call this like the SaaS of talent acquisition. Here's a SaaS solution. subscription. It can be, hybrid. We can bring you remote. We can almost like, the way a SaaS solution is delivered. I think that meshes quite cleverly with how enterprises now need to think about the way they equip their teams to address quick changes in technology and serve business outcomes at the same time.
You're absolutely right. It was great hearing from you about your journey and also, how much you believe in Signify's cause. It was great having you here and hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Apeksha, it's lovely. I enjoyed our conversation.
Same here. Thank you so
you.
much.